I did 2 years of research before growing my kitchen garden. And the thing is, I didn't actually do the research because I ever expected to grow a garden. I was actually just researching relationships. And because we as humans are nature, I was looking to nature in broader terms to understand the kinds of relationships that actually fuel life, our life included, that we are not consciously aware of. And doing this, spending 2 years researching soil and mycelium and companion planting and microbiomes and so on and so forth, put me in a place where I was like, I've done an incredible amount of research. What if I were to put my actions where my research is? And so I did. And I want to show you what I've been able to do in 2 years. 2 years, because I did 2 years of research. I did so much research. I got so curious. I had so much respect for what I was learning. And then I was like, hey, what if I actually did something with all that knowledge? So I actually only started building this last spring, and have been able to grow it to a place where we have a beautiful strawberry patch that in fact jumped ship and is now growing on the ground, although the landscapers did in fact weed whack it down. This marigold is struggling for life, but we're rooting for her. There's a lavender and a blueberry, and I cheated and bought a rosemary this year because for some reason I can't seem to grow it from seed. Those are going to be poppies. That's a fig tree. I bought it as a little baby infant last year. And then there's onions around it to keep the squirrels from fucking with it, right? And then I planted one of the strawberries love to send out arms, so I planted one of the arms here because you have to rip out a strawberry bed basically every 3 years. These have little tiny, this is going to be where peppers, but all that you see growing up are either pole beans, bush beans, garlic or onions, or marigolds. And the reason is because the garlic and onions and the marigolds help keep the squirrels and other pests away. The beans actually help to put nitrogen back into the soil, so I don't have to fertilize as often. This is a perennial flower. Can I remember? I think it's a cone flower. This is some heirloom tomatoes and a basil. And then you have, again, bush beans, no pole beans in here, just bush beans, basil, 2 different kinds of tomatoes, marigolds, and then the nasturtium are gonna grow up here. And here you see a ton of nasturtium growing up, marigolds, and then this is going to be sweet potatoes. So lots of things that are gonna flower. This is sage. Fun fact, groundhogs hate sage, and there's a groundhog that lives under my sister's shed, 5 houses down, and so we need to keep the groundhogs away as well. So this is actually going to be watermelons. Minnie love watermelons. This has some onions in there, a marigold and some sage. Again, mostly deterrents, but also you can eat them. This is a ornamental onion, so it still has the smell of an onion, but it's flowering. It's perennial. It's amazing. This is a boysenberry. For those of you who don't know what a boysenberry is, it's a mix between a raspberry, a blackberry, and a loganberry. Don't ask me what a loganberry is. Can't remember. And then I surrounded it with onions again to keep the squirrels away, because these perches are great to help to give frame to the boysenberry, but also birds love to perch on them, but I don't want squirrels making a home here. And then here again, we have nasturtium and onions and a giant garlic. Do I know how that garlic got that big? No flippin' idea. I actually think I accidentally planted some quinoa seeds in here, but you're also gonna see spinach, some bush beans, and in here, and some I also planted some seeds for, oregano in here. I also planted parsley seeds in with the strawberries, and thyme over there as well, because those grow really well with the strawberries. But here we have oregano and basil, and then we have all the garlic and onions to keep all the pests away. And then here we have carrots and onions and thyme. You'll see the little baby thyme right there, and thyme. And here it's carrots and onions, and I'm hoping, although apparently I'm not very good at it, I tried growing jalapenos this year, we'll see if that actually works. And then there's my compost bins. But you can see that there's a bunch of things that are growing together. And the reason why they're growing together is because they complement one another, right? If you have too much of one thing, the pests find it and they eat it all. And either that or you've used pesticides and herbicides. Now, the thing that people won't tell you about pesticides is, yes, we shouldn't consume them and we don't want them on our food, but they actually kill the soil. So in a handful of soil, there are billions of microorganisms. When you spray it with pesticides, guess what? It doesn't just kill the pests that are above ground, it kills the pests that are below ground. And the things that you think that are pests above ground, it's not just going to kill what you don't want, it's going to kill what you do want. It's going to kill the wasps, which actually eat and kill other predators. It's going to kill the pollinators that you actually need to pollinate your food. No pollinators, no food. No pollinators, no farmers, no food, right? And so we have all of these things that we don't understand the cascading consequences of. And that's by design, right? Because we wouldn't buy it if we understood the consequences. We wouldn't, in fact, engage with those things so casually if we knew the long-term consequences were that we're harming ourselves. We're harming all the life around us that is required for our life. So, this is just your friendly reminder that curiosity will cure the world. Our being curious and understanding how to better respect the world around us is a beautiful and powerful way to reconnect with ourselves and reconnect with the world around us, to build community, to be deeply invested in life, in thriving of all the life around us, and in so doing ourselves.